Sunio put the ghost wreath around his neck and instantly transformed into a kappa. Nobita and the others laughed so hard they could barely stand. He tried it again. This time he turned straight into a vampire bat. Nobita was so scared he fell flat on the spot. The effect was perfect, exactly what they wanted. Because they'd been planning all along to scare John. Everyone secretly built a secret hideout on the back mountain, but they deliberately didn't invite John. When John found out, he kicked everyone out and took over the hut himself. To take it back, Doraemon pulled out the ghost wreath. Once you put it on, you'd randomly transform into a monster. The plan was simple: scare John out of the hut. Sunio quietly snuck in through the chimney. John was about to open a can but couldn't find a can opener. Sunio showed his sharp fangs, trying to scare him, but John wasn't scared at all. He even made Sunio use his teeth to open the can. Sunio didn't dare refuse and bit open can after can until his teeth gave out. Seeing Sunio tortured like this, Shizuka decided to step in. She transformed into a snow sprite who could blow freezing air. At that moment, John was sweating profusely from the heat, constantly fanning himself. Shizuka blew cold air from behind, but John still wasn't scared. He even asked her to make it colder. He even demanded she swing back and forth like an electric fan. Shizuka couldn't resist and was eventually forced to freeze juice into ice cream. Dizzy and disoriented, she could only escape. Doraemon refused to give up and transformed into a cat demon, but John wasn't scared at all. He made Doraemon check out the strange noise under the floor. Doraemon crawled in and discovered a nest of mice. He was so scared he bolted out on the spot. Everyone had failed, only Nobita was left. While John was resting, he suddenly heard crying. A boy was sobbing endlessly. He turned around to see it was a faceless boy. John wasn't scared at all. He even picked up a paintbrush and started drawing. Except his drawing was absolutely terrible. Doraemon turned the wreath to maximum power. Nobita directly transformed into a giant bald monk, but John was even more excited. He made him move the hut to a shady spot and give him a back massage. Nobita didn't come back for a long time. The others all transformed into monsters to rescue him, but just as Nobita escaped and looked back, he saw Shizuka had become a mummy, Sunio had become a one-horned monster, and Doraemon had become a long-necked monster. Nobita thought they were real monsters and ran at full speed straight into a tree, knocking down a hornet's nest. Everyone scattered in panic except John, who stood frozen in place. At that moment, Nobita was so stung his face was covered in swollen bumps. He looked exactly like John's mother. John instantly broke down and ran away. Turns out he wasn't afraid of any monsters. The only thing he feared was his mom.